Listen to another one here, Jonathan. According to the Operation Unite, alcohol is the #1 drug being abused by teens and preteens. You know, teens and preteens. I think we ought to help our kids.
Exactly.
And protect our youth, and don't sell them out for a few dollars. Don't, you know? Just it shouldn't be. It should be. I think in the Bible of a man by the name of Esau, and Esau got so self-centered.
Right.
And so caught up in the flesh, and so many of us people in our area that's forgot others and thinking about ourselves. Well, I want a better restaurant. I want this, but they don't care about others.
Oh my.
And Esau sold his birthright for a bowl of porridge. And I'm afraid these people that's watching us have sold their soul to the country store.
Lord have mercy.
And it's not worth it. What you're paying is too high. Please, let's take back our children's life and our children's future, our family's future. Let's get it back, and let's say we care about them, and we're going to be as long as we can to make it as moral and clean and upstanding and raise the standard of good living for them. And Jonathan, I think that's so important.
Exactly. And you know, another bad misconception about people is, you know, they say, well, they're just a casual drinker or whatever. A few drinks won't hurt nobody. Brother, it's all wrong. It's wrong. You know, so many people has got behind the wheel just after a few drinks and ended somebody else's life. And, you know, chances are they have to live with that for the rest of their life. But that won't bring that people back.
No, and that's, I know they say, well, you know, that's one. But listen, that's somebody. You know what? I remember the paper of a drunk driver in my area, running out of the road into a yard, hit a mother. Right. Going to be a mother, you know, carrying a child, took their life.
Heartbreaking.
What can you do to replace somebody? Could some taxes, your little revenue that you're going to get off this, you think that's going to replace somebody's mommy or somebody's wife or somebody's daughter? It's not going to do it.
That's right.
It's not going to do it.
And it's like I said before, you know, that's blood money, because you're taking people's lives with that and with those actions. You know, there's nobody that can convince me that this is all right. It's not all right. It's morally wrong. It's spiritually wrong. It's physically wrong. Everything about it's wrong.
The physical side, it's so damaging. I do funerals of folks, and I know alcohol was one of the killers of them.
Drunk themselves to death.
It just kills them.
Yeah.
It just, I can't see the plus. I know what you're saying. You're saying now, Brother Billy or Brother Jonathan, we're gonna say no to it. We're gonna maintain. You know, if you didn't take that first drink, you wouldn't have took the second one.
Oh my goodness.
You wouldn't have become, it was the first drink that caused somebody to become an alcoholic and some life to be destroyed, some family.
I've seen it so many times, and people, this is a continuous thing that people says, well, what can I do? Well, what can I do? You can get involved. You can vote no. You can say, hey, I don't want this in my community. Every vote counts, don't it, brother?
You're exactly right, Jonathan. That's the whole issue right there, is that I know the senior citizens out there, because of experience and because of life's learning lessons, they know alcohol is a hurt and damaging.
So
but even you young folks that say, you know, well, preacher, I need to move on with time. But listen, you read the statistics, and it'll prove to you over and over that it's more damaging, it's more harmful, and it's more costly than what it's going to be really worth.
And there are a lot of people that's concerned about this. A lot of our older citizens, they're concerned about it, because you know, when things like this happen, violence goes up, and killing sprees and all kinds of things. Even in this area alone, there's been so many church robberies, people coming in and robbing the churches.
All it is a dropping of the standard of people's living.
Right.
And it lowers it. And then when an addiction comes on and somebody's got to feed that addiction, Whatever it takes to do it,
Right.
they're going to go get it. And alcohol, a gateway to something that's worse all the time. When one, and usually sin begins small, and it's one little one, and then they always get more bolder and more hardened, and they have to have more of a thrill.
Right.
It's a problem of any of it. And so it just goes deeper and farther all the time. But you have the opportunity,
Right.
both in Williamsburg, Corbin, Lowell, Barberville, and wherever this is going out and you're able to view it, you have opportunity to take a stand for the family and for children and for the youth of our day.
Exactly.
And I know you said, well, preacher, I don't think they'd appreciate it. They may not today, but they will someday when they understand that those folks did that just because they cared about me.
And we knowing of being ministers and knowing the moral and the spiritual wrongness of this,